Sorry, y'all. I lost my $6 trillion deficit Canadians are in right now video because something I said about something. So, can't say something about something. You'll get thrown off air. And those are those people. Yeah. Yeah, Canadians, I don't know if you all know this. We are $6 trillion in debt. $6 trillion in debt. And it's like, hey, my name's Rodney Cordero. I'm running for Prime Minister. I'm not no party. I'm like literally a Canadian citizen person. Right? Hard-working Canadian. I should be like a hard-working Canadian party. Because I think hard-working people in Canada are getting mistreated. Companies are showing tens of millions of dollar profits every quarter. And they'll even put it right up in front of your face for you to see. We're doing good, but yeah, we ain't treating you any better, right? It's just the world we live in. People are finally waking up and seeing it. But even then, you got those people in those certain spots. We don't want them in here, no. Which sucks. Because when it comes down to it, right, the only way you're going to make this planet better is make it for better for human beings to live on. Right? Government steals from us. Straight up, y'all. We had money come in from the federal government for Canadians to be helped. The first thing they did with that money, even before they gave it to any Canadian, was give it away to a foreign country. That's why we are $6 trillion in debt. That's why we're going to remain in debt, even if Eric O'Toole gets into office. You think he's going to change? Has any government did any better? Ever? No. They've had their chances. So we Canadians finally stand up and be like, you know what? True. You had over 100 years of trying, and you ain't get it right yet. Maybe we should, not even go with any of these parties anymore. Because when you actually think about it, right, it's just a bunch of rich people getting together and trying to make themselves richer when it comes down to it. The hard-working people. What? We're going to work hard for the rest of our lives while the rich keep stealing from us? Because when you actually think about it, right, where do they get the profits? Well, we pay our employees like crap. That's how we get our profits, right? I mean, the people that own little franchises, they show up to work barely, right? They got somebody running the place for them. It's just like, okay. Well, yeah, the only reason you're making this kind of money is because you're not paying us well enough, right? Once upon a time, you want to make that kind of money, yeah, you go to work too. But no. Nowadays, it's just, you got your slaves working for you for $14, $15 an hour, and that's perfectly good. When, 20 years ago, that was like minimum wage. Here we are, where you can't even, jump, buy a pizza. It's going to cost you $20, get it delivered, right? You can't even buy yourself a meal if you're working at, Champs, any franchise place. I don't get in trouble for saying names. Say a name, you get in trouble. Right? I'm just letting all Canadians know. Listen, I'm willing to sacrifice myself for the good of mankind. Right? I don't even know what a prime minister makes. If he makes more than $100,000 a year, he'll probably give away most of that. I never think I made him more than $100,000 in a year. I think if most Canadians made that kind of money, we'd probably go on vacations every year. Instead of just, let's go away for the weekend. That's all we can afford. But hey, that's the way our companies want us, right? They want to stay nice and rich. And as long as they're rich, they're happy. That's like people who own stocks in company, right? You got a whole board of people who want a lot of money back on their return. And guess what? The only person going to suffer in all this is the lowest paying person on the job. Right? And it's probably the hardest paying job on it. It's like my job. It's the lowest paying and the hardest job in the warehouse. I stack 6 to 7 tons of food on the pallets for people. When they go shopping, they can pick it off the shelves. We're a big warehouse. We send this all to all grocery stores, and it gets broken down, put on the shelves. But everything we touch is literally 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 10 of these, 50 pounds, 20 of these, 50 pounds. And that's all it is all night long. And you comprehend me when I tell you that job doesn't pay more than $20 an hour to do? Where you got people walking around with a broom, picking up trash. They're getting like $26 an hour for picking up little pieces of trash. It's just the way the world works, right? It's like, well, you figured picking up the trash would be the lowest paying job, and the hardest paying job would be the highest paying job. But no, right? Companies want to make their money. They want their $10 million profit every quarter. There's got shareholders that want money in their pocket. It's like, okay, see, that's what I'm saying. The rich just want to get richer, and it's just like, okay. That's why I'm running for prime minister, because old tool dude, I'm conservative, got to get to work. I don't think that man's ever worked a hard day in his life. I mean, I got to work. My hands are dirty after work. I'm pretty sure 50% of Canadians are the same way. After you get off of work, your hands are dirty, right? 50% of us. Now, it's 20 million Canadians. I don't think any party, anytime, has ever got 20 million votes. Half of Canada. Half of Canada has dirty hands. We work hard. We sweat. Right? The only way it's going to change if you guys actually say, hey, he's kind of right. Why we work as hard as we work. We should be getting paid more than somebody in an office not even sweating. It's just like, how come they get paid more than us? It's that racism thing that goes way back. Started a long time ago. And they literally started a little... Even their gene pools where they get their employees are just created way back then to be a certain way. And it's always going to remain that way unless hardworking people actually stand up and say, this guy's right. If he became prime minister, he'd raise minimum wage up to $25 and let every company know, hey, if you ain't going to give your employees raises and you're going to show $10 million quarters every profit, I'm going to tax the crap out of them. And I'm going to give that back to the employees who work there as taxes back kind of deal. But, yeah, unless somebody ever gets in office like me, that will never happen. We hard-working people are going to be stuck where we are for the rest of our lives. So stand up. Otherwise, don't complain when the rich keep doing this to us. It's been a year, and we still got to wear a face mask. It's a new world, y'all. Let's change it for the better, though. Vote for me.